Glad to be back. Hope everyone is well. And I just wanted to welcome you back and thank you for being part of this 2-day kind of marathon with all sorts of speakers and inspiring people. And I've got the pleasure now to have with me Haleh Gianni. Hey, Haleh, how are you?
I'm great. I'm great. How are you?
Very good, thank you. Haleh is, she's the owner of 505 Living. She's a certified life and relationship coach, offering her clients a unique perspective on all facets of life. Now, I've had the pleasure of speaking to Haleh a few times and following her on social media. So Haleh, thank you so much for supporting us, for being involved in the Best You Expo and being a great advocate of what we do. And congratulations to you. I think, you know, a lot of the stuff that you're doing is great, it's beautiful, and I can see the great relationship you have with your clients. So how are things with you?
Well, Bernardo, things are good as it can get. You know, things are in a way peaceful out here. You know, it's allowing me to be more reflective and see life through perhaps a different lens and to connect with people differently. So making the most out of this time. And you know, we were all supposed to be in LA at the LA Convention Center right now, and it's so amazing how unpredictable life can be and how one thing can just completely change the course of the lives of the entire globe. So we're just, you know, all we got to do is manage it to the best of our ability and keep moving.
Absolutely. Yeah. Life has a way of, you know, giving us a reality check very quickly and changing what we feel are our priorities. I think one of the good things of having this is that we don't have to make dinner plans or you know, who's doing lunch, who's doing dinner. It's literally, you know, you at home and get on with it. So that's a good thing.
Absolutely. That's what I mean by peace. You know, you don't have places to go, meetings to, you know, show up for, traffic, taking the kids around, all of this stuff. You know, in a way, it's giving us a chance to breathe also, just as we're giving Mother Nature a chance to relax.
Now, I know obviously a lot of the stuff that you do is related to relationships and coaches, and we've been talking a lot about, you know, kind of living in these closed environments, either with your kids, your loved ones, or on your own, you know, because there's unfortunately a lot of people as well that they're on their own. So what's your advice on you know, on this? You know, obviously we've been discussing about communication and you know, making sure that, you know, everyone has a good plan and takes the most of what's happening of this downtime to specifically, you know, work on projects that, you know, have been there for years. So what's your advice from a relationship, for example, point of view, for those people that are in couples or relationships, are going to be spending a lot of time together? I've been sharing a few times that the divorce, number of divorces have gone up in China, and I suppose it's going to be happening all over the world as well, unfortunately, because a lot of people are forced to spend maybe a bit too much time with their loved ones.
Yes, absolutely. It's making us look at our decisions differently as well, and the people we choose to surround ourselves with. You know, Bernardo, one of the things that I really focus on, and this has been what I've been trained in doing, is helping people understand their unique nature that goes beyond their personality and their story, and how that plays a part in today's world, especially that we are being, in a way, forced to stay at home and have these close relationships and encounters with people around us. It's really important to understand that we are all as unique as our thumbprint. The way we are wired, the way we respond. Some of us are more active versus passive. Some of us need to get real organized and it helps us to breathe, while others kind of like that spontaneous, you know, free-flowing opportunity to be. Some people are going to get really disheveled and kind of messy, and others are going to get really finicky about creating order in their environment, and the list goes on. So my training, especially whether it's, you know, it's during this time or any other time in life, is really helping people understand how they can tap into their unique attributes, but also use that lens in which they see others through. And essentially it's going to bring more understanding, more forgiveness, more love. We'll breathe in more inner peace into all of our relationships, not just with our spouses and kids and family members, but also with our community and country and globe at large.
So with the clients that, for example, you're coaching and working with, what's kind of the common generic, and I know, but I don't want to put any words in your mouth, but what are the common kind of things that you're getting, that you're hearing from them, and what are their challenges or what they need help with?
Right. So, I was watching this video before I got on live, and it had little clips from different parts of the world, some of the, the wonders of the world and some of the busiest places, and you could see them completely empty. And there's just nobody around, and it's like, where did everybody go? And obviously they're all in their homes, in their four corners of their bedrooms. But it makes you really think about how much of our existence is dependent on our relationships. People we work with, people that we come across, the clerk at the grocery store, the person that drops your mail off for you, or your Amazon Prime delivery and all that stuff. So we are such social beings dependent on our relationships. So people that I work with, especially right now, they're really having to integrate a new awareness into their reaction to what's going on. And the people that are really close to them right now in the confinement of their home, and not being able to have that distance that would create the buffer and that space for reset to be, so then they can come home and be a little bit more loving towards each other. So right now, given the challenges, one of my specialties is in the Ultimate Life Tool assessment. This is an advanced science-based comprehensive tool that helps people really understand their innate potential and capabilities and what they need to thrive in any situation. So people that are reaching out to me, people that I've worked with, I'm bringing them back to the understanding of self through the Ultimate Life Tool that I've given to people. In fact, I've talked to the U Institute, who is, it's the institute that created the Ultimate Life Tool. There are 140 practitioners worldwide that are certified in using this tool to help people manage their challenges, respond to fear differently. And they have agreed to donate free assessments to the Best You community until the end of April. So people can go online, take this tool, and have a free consult with me, so I can help them breathe a little easier, have a little more inner peace as they manage the chaos.
Well, thank you. And I think that's one of the things that's needed. And obviously that was the whole idea that, we came up with this food bank for the soul, which is about, all of us contributing with ideas and tips and coaching and, whatever kind of support mechanism that we can provide people with. Because, I think a lot of people, within the struggles that they have, especially more confined, maybe and spending a lot more time on their phones, is people have to be, people have to reach out and ask for help. And I think, that's an important thing, that some people might say, well, I don't know them, or I don't know, kind of if I could ask or whatever. And if I'll share that one of the things that I love about I'm saying community in general, the personal professional growth is that, kind of, it's a very generous one. There's a lot of people that give up their time, give you free advice, and will guide you, kind of like yesterday. And it's what I'm trying to encourage here, just simply recommending a book, that maybe helped you, that could help someone else, or it might be a post, or it might be a video, and that's the whole idea. But you can personally definitely go to each and every one of us. I'm saying all the speakers and everyone that has some kind of expertise, and just simply ask for help, because you just never know, and I'm telling you that 9 out of 10 times, or 10 out of 10 times, people will definitely give you something that hopefully will help you. So Haleh, what's the main focus now? Because obviously, apart from our, professional, job, which is helping others, what are you doing? Kind of like, what are you doing differently? How are you adapting or changing, if in any way, to kind of like, really be proactive and get on with the times? Because this is not going to be only around for a couple of days. It's going to take us a little bit longer, and we need to dig deep. What are you doing?
So, this is a time where uncertainty is real. We are all faced with the uncertainty. And what I mean by that is obviously there's still, research being done on on this virus and how people are responding. You know, when it comes to economy, there's a lot of uncertainties, people's, you know, jobs and everything that's going on. So what I've been thinking about and how I've been responding and shifting my perspective is that our inner being, our innate nature wants safety and security and certainty. You know, that this is why we listen to even the news forecasts. We want to know if tomorrow it's going to be sunny or rainy. If we want to know how to dress so we can be certain of how to show up for that day. Just little things that we haven't paid attention to because they've been automatic, but we rely on clarity and definitions and certainty in our existence to show up. Now, when faced with such a challenging time that's bringing the entire globe to a standstill, that desire, that innate desire to want to have some certainty is still there, regardless of the virus or not. So one of the things that I've been able to kind of reflect on and bring my own attention back to is how do I create some level of certainty for myself, you know, within my world that I can somewhat control, that would at least bring me some inner peace. So then I can look at, you know, creating great content that would be of value to others, you know, shift and maneuver certain things around to make me feel a little grounded, because a lot of people right now are a little bit unstable in their situation. And I know there's a lot of great advice right now in terms of create content, read books, you know, be creative, move your body. All of those things are wonderful. But the question is, what can we do to bring inner peace right now? So then we can be certain of these specific decisions we're making right now and you know, while we're in quarantine, and also moving forward as this starts to you know, settle down and people go back to their lives. And that's why I bring the attention to the Ultimate Life Tool and all the different aspects of it and the different categories that it touches on to help people reconnect with themselves, and really even have the whole family take the assessment so they can have a different dialogue with one another when it comes to bringing peace and some level of stability to the scene.
Yeah, that's great advice. I mean, obviously, trying to keep that sanity, you know, is important. I mean, we've been sharing a lot of ideas throughout the last couple of days, obviously, about, you know, scheduling things, making sure there's kind of like a plan with specific things, goals, targets, objectives on what we want to do, and then, you know, all around breathing well, eating well, exercise, you know, and obviously taking those opportunities to do things that we definitely couldn't do. So. Now, from a coach point of view, and I'm just trying to give advice to some other people that are out there helping others. I mean, we've been saying, obviously, there's never been a better time for people that are thinking to become professionals in the industry, that, you know, this is probably the best time for those to transition. But what advice would you give to someone else? You've been working with clients and customers for a long time. What advice would you give to someone else that might be coaching, that might be mentoring, or simply, you know, coaching, advising, you know, friends or loved ones?
The advice is really applies to any profession, Bernardo, and that is that when you understand the difference between innate capabilities versus learned skills, you start to kind of bring them together, and as a result become more energy efficient. It's a given that human nature responds a certain way to fear when our livelihood is threatened, when our finances are threatened, when the safety and security of our loved ones are challenged. We respond to fear. It's part of our primal instinctual response to things. So whatever profession you have, the advice I have is understand how you innately respond to things and how you get motivated, because there is no cookie cutter template. We are all as unique as our thumbprints. And I like to use the example of, I use the analogy of you know, bring nature into this in terms of animals and even plants as well. When we look at animals, there are certain things we know about them without really knowing where they came from. You look at a lion, it has a panoramic view, a majestic, regal disposition. The tiger leaps without hesitation. A golden retriever is pretty friendly and welcoming. The eagle, we say, has the eye for detail. So there are hundreds of examples, millions of examples I can use. So those aspects of nature also show up in us. Some of us right now are getting really antsy and we want to be productive. We need to produce. We need to, we're thinking forward ahead of the game and we're wanting to really make the most out of this situation. Others have this passion to want to be empathetic and give and do something that makes them feel purposeful. Others are like really getting detail oriented and dissecting every aspect of their life, whether it's their stocks and investments or finances or their health or whatever it is in their refrigerator. So there's so many different things that show up uniquely in all of us. And if we could just get the base down, get the foundation down, we become energy efficient and we realize that, look, just because something works for me is not going to guarantee that it's going to work for you. So knowing your nature could really amplify and help professionals or even anybody. I have a teenage son at home, and just applying the knowledge I've gained, my years of training in the Ultimate Life Tool is helping me parent him through the eyes of nature rather than the rhetorics of man and the opinion of what makes a good parent and what makes a good child in a way, and how we can better our relationships. So we're all different. There is no cookie cutter solution. It's just knowing where these innate motivations are coming from and how you can channel them to work in your benefit. And eventually they're going to benefit people that you work with, your clients, people that you do business with at any caliber, and the economy at large. So authenticity, but knowing how to be authentic is very specific.
That's great. I love that. I love that analogy, and with us and animals, and how obviously definitely we're all different. But I love that, and I love exploring that idea. So Haleh, tell me. Obviously, you'll be at the expo. The new date's the 7th and 8th of August. So with what's happened now, will your message change in any way, or will you be sharing a lot of what you were thinking of sharing, and pretty much, it's going to be, still relevant? I'm sure you'll change or add things to it, but is it the same talk and the same idea?
I love that question, Bernardo, because I asked myself that a few nights ago. I was sitting there and I was looking out the window and going, will it change? Will my message change? And, I came to this realization that the core of what I'm really passionate about, and the reason I'm so passionate about it, is that it has not only changed my life, it has changed the course of every single person that I've even had the opportunity to have a discussion with, and introduce them to the concept of understanding your own unique nature and what we uniquely need to thrive in this world. That just seeing that light bulb go off has been such a motivating force for me to do what I do. I was an engineer. I was in the tech world before transitioning into having my own coaching practice. And that was supposed to be a side thing that I would do because I loved it and I was so thirsty for knowledge, and I was so intrigued by this body of information and wisdom that I wanted to be a side thing. And then I transitioned to making it a profession, something that I do 24/7. I eat and breathe, and I walk my talk. And I've gone through so many different challenges, seen people go through different challenges. And it always comes back to when you know thyself, as Plato put it best, and you know what your nature is, regardless of the challenges that you're faced, whether it's war and economic crisis, infidelity, financial stuff, loss of job, illnesses, whatever it is, you always come back to you. And so my talk, now in August, is going to be how to realize our differences, how to understand what we need to thrive, because it's going to be what it is, regardless of the circumstances. Now, because this is a collective, global, worldwide challenge, and that we're all responding to, I think it makes a difference in terms of, okay, how do we bounce back? How do we move forward? which puts the emphasis on this realization that we're all unique, and unless we can understand our uniqueness objectively without judgment, without trying to make it fit into something that is not suited for us, then we can together rise above and be more successful. One of the things that made me smile as you were sharing in the previous live post was when you said, you started out being a DJ and, working at bars and now here you are in a way doing the same thing, but at a larger scale, at a convention level, and then even worldwide with what you're doing with all the legacy clubs and everything else. It made me smile because you yourself have this unique, innate force within you that wants to share the knowledge, the wealth of knowledge that you archive and you learn and you integrate with others, and you thrive on seeing the enjoyment in the faces of others that are in your company. So as you were entertaining others and they're dancing because of the music you chose to play for them, that's the same innate desire within your nature that then says, here's this arsenal of wisdom and knowledge that I've accumulated over the years, and here's to you world, go and do something with it. And in a way, our mind dances to the same tune that you've been playing since.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I love it. Absolutely. And I think a lot of people really underestimate, that inner knowledge and wisdom that we all have. I think a lot of people struggle in packaging it. Oh, well, I don't. Well, we all have stories, and a lot of what we've learned over the years can be perfectly, incorporated or maybe is very part of everyone's life. I think for me, kind of my message, if I was asked my own question, if I asked myself the same question, well, I think, kind of the thing that I've been talking about a lot recently has been around legacy and around the Legacy Club and this concept and this idea of mortality. And it's not that I'm a morbid individual. It's just the fact that I think focusing on life is very important. Focusing on the now is important. A lot of my mantras is think, be, live now, and it is about that because I think people tend to underestimate life. They tend to underestimate kind of what we have and how lucky we are. And I think this is a wake-up call because all of a sudden, your loved ones. I have loved ones. I've got some in Spain, some in London, some in the Caribbean. I've got them scattered all over the place, and I'm worried because it's not like you can get on a plane and go anywhere now, And so I've always been aware of that, and I've been aware of my own mortality. But I think, if anything, this should definitely be a wake-up call for people to take this time now to start focusing on their legacy. Because, at the end of the day, we don't know how long we're here for. And what we have to do is we make sure that we build those bridges, that we have those conversations, and that we leave something behind that is worthy, and that's why taking responsibility for our own lives is very important, and leaving something that, can hopefully help and inspire others. With Jay Ticker before, we're talking aspire to inspire, and there's just, it's been beautiful. For me, like even having these 2 days with all of you and sharing so many great ideas, there's just been so much great knowledge and so much love and wisdom coming out. It's been a blessing.
Absolutely. One of the things that I've been talking to my clients about over the last week or so is that coming out of this, we talk about, okay, you mentioned divorce going up and people questioning like, okay, I need to really rethink my friendships and relationships and all of those things. But at the same time, we also have the opportunity, we're seeing this happening even through social media and what people are posting, families spending time together, dancing together, cooking together, doing art projects together. And part of it is that we're not forced to be in a rush to go somewhere, to the time we lose sitting in traffic, the meetings that are redundant and never go anywhere, and all the time consuming little things here and there, the time we take to fly or to take public transportation. Now we're sitting at home and we're having that chance to do that. And of course it's also a testing time because back to uncertainty, it's a huge uncertain period that we're all experiencing. This is history in the making. We are going to share this with the next generation, with, our grandkids, and it's going to be in the books. This is a monumental time. And I think part of what you're doing, even with the Best You, Expo transitioning over to Facebook Live videos, is to keep the inspiration going, that this isn't always about being under the same roof with other people. It's our personal accountability to, it's a difference between a sink or swim. How are you going to move forward? Because if you sit with the pressure of, again, how other people are responding to the situation, it's easy to mimic others. And one of the things that I take, do with my clients is to remove their mindset from getting sucked into a mass homogenized general way of thinking, and bringing their awareness and attention to their unique self and what they can do right now and what they need moving forward to keep growing, to keep thriving. Because it's whether it's the virus or some kind of natural disaster, whatever, humanity's constantly faced with the unimaginable, unpredictable, life challenges that push us to grow, force us to step out of the cliche, the comfort zone, and see ourselves differently.
And we've come out on the other side, we've been sharing the message, and, kind of the things you were saying about taking for granted, about flying, about being able to go on holidays and things like that. But look, we all have this common, kind of, and especially if we're, speakers, when we're trying to connect with people, everyone around the world can talk about this now, can say, hey, remember with the pandemic when we were all at home, everyone will be there, so it's a good, bad anchor, but it's a good anchor to remember the things that are important. And I think, if anything, it reinforces kind of what I believe, for me, it's more of we are more needed than ever. And I'm not saying me as the Best You, I'm saying in general, anyone that's in this transformational business and the well-being industry, we're more needed than ever. And I think this is going to be, I really believe that there's just going to be a phenomenal and more exciting reality for all of us, with a completely new dynamic in an understanding, the important things in life. So, but I'm excited about it. I mean, I'm fairly masochistic anyway, because when these things happen and I have challenges, is when I work even harder and I go stronger. So as long as I've got energy, we're going to keep going. So, Haleh, I want to thank you so much for being here today. You've got great energy every time I speak to you, and you share some great things and lots of love. So I'm very appreciative of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be with you, and everybody that's been listening. And I do want to bring people's attention to, visit 505living.com, because I have a link up there that says we have the Best You free offer to anyone that wants to experience the Ultimate Life Tool, and they will get a report with the results, and they can book a free consultation with me. There's no, this is not a funnel. This is not to force you to work with me. You don't ever have to talk to me ever again. But with this information, I could really help bring some inner peace to your home, and something unique that you can talk to your loved ones and your family members about when it comes to understanding your nature.
No, and I get that, and I appreciate that, and I know that's where we're all coming from, and especially you. So I'm thankful for that. That's a great tool. Make sure, please, you put it on the post afterwards. So thank you so much for being here. And thank you, Haleh. Take care. And for any of you that want to stay here for a little bit, I'm going to be staying for another 5-10 minutes. And I just simply wanted to kind of share a couple of ideas. And if some of you, okay, and I'm going to do this now, if some of you, because I've got Mass joining me at 2:00, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be very, very busy. We're going to be full house with Mass. I can't wait. We're going to spend some time with him. But if any of you would like to ask me a question, or literally, you know what, even better, if some of you want to share the screen with me, if some of you would like to share something inspiring, something that's worthy, something that can help people, if you're a speaker, a coach, or a mentor, I can put the post here, the invite, and I can join you. So if you want to join me now, please put a message on the chat, and I'll invite you in. But as I said, I'm looking for people that have something to share, something that is positive, something that can help, everyone that we have in the Best You Expo community. Remember, there's posts below. We want you to recommend people books. We want you to recommend people things that have helped you, that have inspired you. It might be a PDF that you downloaded from someone. And again, remember, this is not about you selling and promoting yourself, please. Okay. This is a place where it's all about positivity. It's about sharing. It's about giving. It's not about taking. Okay. There's a lot of other portals out there. That's what the Best You Expo community is about. So if you have something that you want to share, please do so. Please do so. And because I'm going to be on for another 5 or 10 minutes, as I said, if any of you would like me to share the link so you can join me, just put it here. But I want to thank Haleh because you know, she's got some great insights. Okay, well, I'm going to write. I can see some of you putting a comment here. I'm going to share the link here, and but before you do join me, I think Suraj, you mentioned you wanted to share something. Well, if you do, just please tell me what you're thinking of sharing, and then I'll let you in. Okay, I'll let you into the panel. I trust you. I just want to know what you want to share. Okay, so I'm going to be here for another 5 or 10 minutes. Please share ideas. Okay, Jen, Christine, thank you. You're sharing that a book that you love is You're a Badass by Jen Sincero. Okay, great. If you can, just because it helps and visually it's more appealing, just go to Amazon, click a link and put it in there. That would be great, so people can actually go and read it quickly. I, for example, shared 3 books below. I shared The Art of Thinking Big, Magic of Thinking Big. I Think Magic with Liz Gilbert, and also Brené Brown, Braving the Wilderness. I also shared The Art of Not Giving an FUCK. Love that book. But yeah, if you have anything else that you would like to share. So here is, I put the Zoom link. You can join in there, and then I will go and join you. I'm sharing the mic, ladies and gentlemen, sharing the mic. If you have something to share, don't be shy. Don't be shy. This is the time to kind of help other people. So first you've got to join, follow that link. And then once I see you there, I'll let you in as a panelist. You can tell me who you are and what you want to share. I've put it there, so please join me. Apart from that, I'm going to be sharing a couple of other things that we discussed. Please, some of you, if you didn't know, there was an expo happening today and yesterday in LA, and it's postponed, yes. And it's happening now on the 7th and 8th of August in LA Convention Center. Some of you can't think that far. Well, put that in your timeline because it's going to keep you excited. It's going to keep you motivated. 150 speakers. It's the biggest gathering of personal development. We had around 11,000 people pre-registered. So we hope to have 15 or 20,000. So that's happening the 7th or 8th of August. The Best You is giving access to its library for free for 30 days. Go to thebestyou.online. Yes, I've said this a couple of times. You have to put your credit card details in. We will not charge you. It says 15 days, but I'm going to give you 30. I've put a playlist together with speakers that have spoken at our events. It's an expo playlist. Just click on it, watch it. You can see Marissa Peer there. You can see Dr. Sonia, Didi Wong. You can see Brian Rose. There's great content in there. Please take advantage of it. No one's joining me yet on the Zoom. Okay, so there's not a lot of people out there to share inspiring stories. Come on, there must be some of you out there that's got something positive, something great to share. So apart from the Best You Online, I'm giving 100 books of my book, The Question, in the audio version, which is coming out at the end of April. If you want that, you can get that from info@Bernardo-Moya.com, or send a message, an email to info@thebestyou.co, and we'll put you on the list. 100, the first 100. We're going to be giving some free tickets to the expo. If you want some free tickets to the expo, go to info@thebestyou.co and we'll send you the link. What else did I want to share with you guys? Oh yes, I'm also going to be giving two free coaching mentoring program, my coaching mentoring program called Rise to the Top. It's a 12-month program where I take people that are interested in becoming, I don't know, brands, becoming international speakers, writing a book. I'm helping them in the whole process of transitioning. And that program I normally charge around $6,000 to $7,000. It's free for 2 of you, and it's for those that really need the help, really those that can't afford it. Not for those of you that can't afford it but just don't want to pay. Okay, but I'm coming from a place of love, and I would really like to help a couple of you that would really could benefit from my program. So that's it, really. I am also excited to announce we're going to be launching the Best You app soon, which is going to become a community, the biggest community of personal professional growth. It's like a LinkedIn, but all around personal development. The Best You app. That's going to be coming out soon. And apart from that, well, you know, we're busy. We're busy at the Best Stew, and a lot of the stuff we're going to be doing online. We're going to be doing live trainings as well. I'm going to be calling my friends, and I'm going to be running a lot of trainings here. And I'm also going to be running on the Best Stew online. And these are literally 1 hour trainings, 2 hour trainings with the biggest thinkers in the industry. So there's a lot more exciting things to happen. So keep coming here, okay? Forget Netflix or CNN. Come here every single day, because every single day we're going to give you some great pearls of wisdom. We've been doing this for a long time. So we haven't got all the answers, but we've got quite a few answers. Anyone wants to share anything else? Okay, Suraj, you want to share about keep stability in these times? Great. Join me then. And Suraj, if you want to share a book, or anyone wants to share a book, I would love you guys to go to Amazon, just get the link and put it here in the chat, either here or below, or just simply create a post around a book that you recommend. If you want to join me, you have to follow that link, that Zoom link that's here, that I put it above. If you just go through the comments, you see that I put a Zoom link, and then just click on that link and it will take you to me. And then I'll see you then, I'll let you in, okay? I'm still gonna be here for another 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna be back at 2 o'clock, 2 p.m., I'm back here with Mas Sadaji. So please join me at 2 p.m. He's amazing. And I'm going to let him free flow, because Mas is going to take us to a great place where we're all going to feel super buzzed at the end of it. Okay, well, I can't see any of you clicking on that Zoom link. And I'm very disappointed, I must say, because I know a lot of you have some great ideas and some great things to share, but it doesn't matter. I'll be sharing the mic a little bit later again. I'm going to be back after Mas. So to remind you, 2 p.m. I've got Mas coming on, and then he's the founder of Exponential Intelligence. At 2:30, I've got Iliana Simancas. She is a CEO and founder of Livis Travel, a digital platform. And then Christine Blosdale, Christine is a best-selling author and an on-air radio personality. Great energy, Christine. She interviewed me, I think it was like a couple of months ago, and she's lovely. I think she's actually just flew to Australia to be with her partner. So she just got there. And then Kimberly Meredith, also a radio host and also a best-selling author. She's just actually published a book on coronavirus. Not that I want to talk about coronavirus, but we'll see what she's doing around that. And then we're going to end the day with the powerhouse Vicky Shettini. What a great story Vicky Shettini has. I don't know if you know about her, but this lady is absolutely phenomenal and inspiring. Haleh, thank you so much for sharing that book. I love that. Oh, sorry, that's the Your Ultimate Life Tool. Thank you, Haleh, for sharing that. And I'm very happy that all of you are still here. Look, we've still got a lot more going on. And can I please ask those that have just joined us now, those that have just joined us, look, we've been doing these lives since yesterday. I did so many great panels yesterday. We shared some fantastic ideas. We had Dave Meltzer, we had Aaron Young, we had some fantastic panels like with Felicia. We had Abraham there, we had Jen, really great panels, Cindy, we had Connie Paturo. We've had some, please go through them all, because there's golden nuggets everywhere. Eric Zuli shared some great stuff yesterday about e-commerce and about social media and how you can make money and revenue. There's some videos there. Some of them, you see some videos there. Those are videos of speakers that were or weren't with us, like Rahul. Rahul shared something beautiful yesterday as well. We were talking about breathing. We were talking about eating. We talked about so many things. So please make sure you spend some time, go through it, and then say thank you. Say thank you to people. You know, a lot of the time, we got to appreciate people's time. They're giving up their time and their knowledge and their expertise to kind of help you. So I want to thank you. I'm going to take 5 or 10 minutes to drink some water, so I can stay hydrated and I can keep going. But I'm loving this. I'm loving the feedback. I'm loving all of you guys coming back. And literally we've increased by like 1,000 people just in the last 24 hours in this community. I really am asking for your help, for you to share this community with more people. And I want you to really be generous in putting good things out here. A good, positive posts, messages, books. The hashtag of Food Bank for the Soul is because I want that to grow. Share that hashtag, please. If you believe that what we're doing here is of service, please make sure that you do. And on that last note, I'm gonna now log off. Remember, I'm gonna be back here at 2 p.m. with Mas. Okay, that's in 20 minutes time. Thank you so much. Take care. Lots of love. Stay safe.